of a water supply to our citizens of the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. Our biggest challenge that we've set here over the last month of February has been the electricity outages. But during February, we also had the rain in the catchment areas of the Darlington Dam. As our colleague has alluded to, that has brought down some mud, essentially what we call a high turbidity, as indicated on this sample that I've got in my hand. And this has caused that what we call the sedimentation tanks got clogged up, and it's reduced its efficiency. When it's reduced its efficiency, it's reduced out the output of the plant, because it took us longer to treat the water to an acceptable standard. Because the key focus for us is that we must produce drinkable, potable water at all times. And in order, when this problem was realized, we then had to take out these plastic, what they call lamella packs, out, and we had to send staff in underneath the floor of the structure that we're standing in, for them physically to take out the sludge and wash the sludge out of the process. We have taken about 3 days to do the ones that is standing on our left and on our right as we stand. And overnight, the far left on those two, we also emptied that tank and just flushed it out. Because our communities has been affected with water for the last 2 weeks already, we are filled up all the system at the moment. And as we speak now, the plant is producing 190 megaliters per day. However, we have, because of the electrical outages last night, there was electrical outages last night, what we call your electrical dips, with the power surges on and off. And that affects our ability to actually pump the final treated water into the city. And with that, caused one of our fuses to burn actually on our low lift scheme. And that reduced our pumping capacity from 3 pumps to 2 pumps. That means we can only pump about 93 megaliters per day at the moment, which we would normally be able to push that to about 120 megs. So that is where we are at this present moment in time. Where we are finding ourselves at this moment, the recovery has been reasonable, although we would have loved to clean all of these filters at the same time. But our primary focus is to get water to our citizens. And shall I indicate when we start? Okay. So that is the technical side on what we are doing on our side. And as at this point in time, we are transferring from Stanford Road Booster to the west about 60 megaliters per day. And that will increase as soon as the output from this plant is materialized through the works on that side. You speak about the perfect storm, when things go wrong at the same time.
Okay.
You had the electricity outages, so you can't pump the water.
Okay.
So even if you had water, you couldn't pump it.
Oh.
So that's number one.
Okay.
And it was compounded by the fact when we discovered that the filters aren't producing the water like we wanted. And then at closer inspection, we discovered excessive sludge. Sludge is a normal thing in a water treatment facility. But thanks for the reminder. What it is that your normal, if I can call it, dirtiness of the untreated water is in the figure of 100 to 200, what they call NTUs, the turbidity. When this water came in from Darlington Dam, it came at over 400 NTUs. So this water was 4 times dirtier than what we normally expect. And that is the reason why we have this excessive settlement of the sludge in the system. So at all times, we wanted to produce proper drinking water. And so these are all the processes we deal with to ensure that. Remember, it's an integrated water supply system.
Yeah.
The Churchill system will go along the coast and feed into the southwestern areas of the NMBM, right? Yeah. And that will feed your Warmer, your Newton Park, your central areas, as well as feeding down to New Brighton, KwaZulu as well, right? Then you have the Luri system feeding in from off the coast, and it would feed KwaNabuhle and feed some water into into the Chelsea area, which is your western supply. However, those two resources are being restricted at the moment. Remember, we are in a drought. 30% of our water is being restricted, 25% from, if you just add the numbers up, 25% from the Churchill and Porfu system and 10% from Luri. And that is also the reason why we can't get enough water from that side, and we have to put more water in from this side. So there's not even a buffer from us, like a freeboard for your factor of safety. We have to run maximum at this side to compensate for a shortage of that. And unfortunately, our water usage is sitting at 350 to 380 megaliters per day, and that is also contributed to the challenge that we sit with.